How's it going, children of the plague? Sidkriken in the building, and today I have something a little bit different and something a little bit more experimental, and hopefully a lot of people might like this. If not, then I probably won't do this again. But since my computer is updating and it's just been stuck out of 18 of 19 updates, I've been having to deal with this problem for the longest. Excuse me if I don't even speak right either, because I tend to have like speech impediments and just I don't know how to talk at all. So my dad got me into World of Warcraft, and for the people who probably don't know or heard of World of Warcraft, of course it is this big game where there's tons of people there and you have to go cast spells, you have to do quests, you get different types of money. They have like this weird type of currency, of course, which is just bronze coins are the lowest part of the currency. This is what you get on when you're leveling up. Silver is the second highest and gold is the third highest. So that's basically what I had to do. I had to grind up my way because I seen all these other players that just had like this awesome armor, and I'm like, so you're telling me I have to play for like 5 days and I have to go to merchants and I have to craft stuff and I have to buy stuff just to look like the other guy that I really want to look like? This was like around this time I think I was in middle school. Yeah, I was in middle school. I was like 12 or 13. So it was really odd for me playing a game like this, and it was just based around teens, and I had no idea how to play this game. I had no experience whatsoever, and it was just odd for me because there was so much stuff going on in the game that I felt like I should just do what people tell me to do. So yeah, prior to 2 to 3 months of playing the game, I understand the game a little bit more, and I'm like, alright, I got this down, I know how to play, I know how to cast spells like a boss. But then as I'm playing for 2 months straight, just nothing but World of Warcraft, whenever I go to my dad's house, which was on the weekends, every time I leveled up, I felt like it was getting worse and worse how I'd play the game. Because if you ever see World of Warcraft, of course, it's gonna be just spells. Like lists of spells left and right, all over the screen. When I had my old computer, my dad's old computer, very old, very ancient, it wouldn't even play like some of the newer games that were out back then, which were like, I don't know, Crisis 1, all those other games. I had to play like all these low graphic games, so I was lucky enough to play World of Warcraft. It was really weird until I got into doing group activities, and when you do group activities with other players, they're just called raids. Not raids, you just do dungeons. Raids are when you're doing that with guilds, excuse me. I'm bringing all my memories back now. But when you're doing dungeons, you would have to go to a specific part of the map, and then it would show up a little menu, and you could just do it solo or with a group of people randomly. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna do it with a random group of people. It was funny because the first time I've ever done a dungeon before with a group of people, it was awesome, but then in the end, after when we were done getting through the dungeon, the same people I was with tended to argue over one item. And for me, this was new. Like I said, this was new for me, so I had no idea what the heck was going on. After each dungeon is completed with your group of people, there is a drop that you get. And then in that drop, after you kill the boss, you get a roll for it, you get a it's like a betting system, but for a weapon, and it comes out randomized, so you have to base it off of your luck. And at this time, I was just like, alright, fine. So I clicked something, and then I guess some other guy who was a different role and during that time got a unnecessary weapon, excuse me. And then he's like, oh, you took my weapon, man. You know how long I worked hard for that? And during this time of 2 to 3 months of playing, I'm like around at least a level 30, 40, possibly 50. And that was when they had the level upgrades. The highest, I think, was like, what, 70 or 80? I was extremely excited because I was like, yes, it's gonna be a higher level. I get all that cool gear that other players have, and I'll be awesome, and people won't mess with me. But I was wrong. I was wrong. You know why I was wrong? The worst part about it was that later on, after even a couple more months, I didn't really feel I was getting addicted to the game. I just got over it because it was just a game over digital items, and I find it funny that sometimes people do fight over digital items even though they could be worth millions of dollars. I could care less. It's a video game. There's no need for somebody to argue over something as valuable if it does not exist in reality. Now I'm gonna tell you why I got banned. I got banned because I was doing a dungeon with a whole bunch of people. and it was this really big dungeon during this time. It was like I was like mid-level, so my dude, I guess I had I was playing World of Warcraft Burning Crusade, so I had a blood elf warlock, and he had some cloth armor on. He was looking really dope, looking real thick. It was weird for me because I was like, all right, this is a big one. You know, we have to stick with the team, make sure to look at the chat all times, everything like that. I couldn't type as well either. How I said before, when you complete a dungeon, you get a menu that comes up for a specific item, armor, some type of spell, whatever it might be, and you have to roll for it and gamble for it. I didn't know at the time. I was just little Sid. Alright? I was a little city kitty. And I wasn't doing that much. Alright? I wasn't doing that much. I was just playing the game for the game. I wasn't being like super hardcore WoW nerd in the game. I did not notice it was not for my role. For my characters, specifically for my character, it was not for me. It was for another class character. So I'm like, you know what? Alright. I clicked roll for it. I was lucky enough and I got the legendary weapon. So, you know what happened? I had 4 people scream, type furiously in caps, like neck beards that were like, if their necks were full of fat, the fat would be like, and I had no idea why, because of course I thought, well, aren't you supposed to roll for a weapon, this? And they're like, no, you're not supposed to roll for a weapon. So I get a message from Blizzard Entertainment, right? This is the company that ended up making World of Warcraft, which is now possibly dying out. So I'm like, all right, this is all good. It tells me that my account has been banned. So I'm like, I tell my dad, and my dad calls them up, and he's like, well, we can't do anything for your account because, of course, it's banned for this reason. So I went back to the email on his computer, and we looked at it, and it said for ninja looting. So I was like, can you ask them what ninja looting is? This is how I understood more about World of Warcraft than how bad it can be sometimes. My dad ended up asking the person on the phone, who is of course the support team, what ninja looting was, and she described that ninja looting is basically where any person can bet for any type of weapon they get at the end of a dungeon without paying attention to what it is specifically on a roll, and you can report people on this. Now, I don't know, I have bad memory, so I'm not really sure, but I gotta say, that's the stupidest thing that I've heard, and I could understand that they have a restrictive system so people, you know, just don't steal stuff. And to think that ninja looting was a good excuse for me to get banned and to pay $25 a month for a game, I stopped playing World of Warcraft for that exact reason. And yeah, this was possibly one of the longest videos ever, but hopefully you get a brief feel of what I'm trying to do for this video. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you do like it and you wanna have like a certain topic for me, and like if you want me to talk about something, I don't know, that I've had in my life, like what my first game was, how do I feel for this or that or this or that, then feel free to leave a comment in this comment section down below, because I want to see how people respond to this video. And I know it might get some criticism from WoW fans. I'm very sorry, guys, but it's true. I couldn't go back to the game. It's really bad. Until then, stay tuned for more videos by me, Sidkriken. Subscribe for more videos. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Peace out.